Nah, only person to brave the fishery today. That's insane. But hopefully, it's going to mean some good action. I don't have too long. I've also forgotten my glasses, which is a shame. But hopefully it'll be fine. Oh man, whoa, this has been rough today. I've tried every lure, every egg, every worm, everything. Different colours, different sizes, the absolute lot. And I've had a couple follows, but nothing commit. Now I'm just like, what do I actually go for? It's been so tough fishing. Let's go deep with this fucking thing. I just don't understand. I suppose some days are just rough, but I mean, it's been a good week for everyone. Just strange that there's no one here today. Being myself, the only one brave enough to get out here in the freezing cold, but you just think something would be happening. It's warmer today than it has been the whole week, so you'd think something would be going on. I'm going to keep fishing for a while, but whoa, just seems a shame to not have a video with some good caption in it, because it has just been so rough. And I've recorded like no footage from the day so far, other than an intro. So to you it's been a second, to me it's been absolutely ages. Really good hour or so, to be honest. Times now, it's actually been 2 hours and 20 minutes with nothing happening. Just doesn't make any sense to me. And it's a shame too. Oh, but it's so bloody cold, man. There's just nothing I can do about it. Tried slow and fast and everything you can imagine. It's been a few things come and look at my lures and stuff, and they're just turning. So I just do not understand why. I even tried fishing static a bunch on the bung with a bunch of different patterns and eggs, and even tried fishing a wet fly, which is something I never do, just in case. Maybe I'll move around. Maybe it's just the spot I'm on. Usually this spot is pretty bloody good though, so fish tend to be all over this deep end. But it just seems like today it's not either happening for me, or it's just this spot in particular, which is strange, because like I said, there's usually always stuff happening. But we'll shift. See him on this big giant yellow thing. It also sucks because I'm freezing. My hand's cold. My head's damn cold. So I forgot my hat, which sucks. But I'm in the peace. It's nice and quiet. There's nothing going on. It's such a nice change of pace from the madhouse of a child who's about to start running. Well, walking, I suppose, but running most definitely. Because your man's a maniac and wants to sprint everywhere already, even though he can only sort of just learn to crawl. But as a walker, I mean, he's everywhere. So it's nice to go into a nice quiet place and just chill out and appreciate things. However, it would be nice to break the peace and tranquility with a fish, But beggars cannot be choosers, or so they say. I also can't figure out how deep these fish are, because I have seen a couple of fish moving around that have actually been quite near the surface. But it's just very weird. I wouldn't expect them to be, and it's not like I've seen a lot at the surface, I've seen a few. It's just very weird that I don't know what they want to be taken. I might get this bung off and fish this bitch as a lure. Nice and fast, as they say. Or nice and slow, but I just would like to figure out where these fish even are, to be honest. Usually they're right on the edge, but I've fished the edge all day to no avail. Even bigger eggs, smaller eggs, lures and everything in between. Right, bung is off. Let's see if I can entice some fish to come and have a look. Man's pretty fucking freezing from the water though. Going off the line. I suppose that's one, I guess, downside to fishing the fly, is you're constantly touching the wet line. But that seems to be the only downside so far. Although I guess not being able to, or sort of needing a lot more space behind you, could be another downside. However, everything else about fly fishing is so much better than the old spinning rod. So I still think there's no reason I'll ever go back. Other than, of course, in the sea, doing a spot of sea fishing. Whether it's baiting or even just chucking lures. I think it seems to be a lot more of a sea angling style to myself. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Tell you what I could do with is a bloody sinking line for this weather, because I'm just not getting low enough. I can't pull anything through at a deep level because of this floating line, but I just don't have one. However, anyone that watched the last video might be wondering about the new rod situation. I'm still currently in the process of deciding whether I want to wait or just go for the Claymore I was talking about. So again, any thoughts would very much be appreciated. Let's try and fish this thing deep by just letting it sink for ages. You may of course be seeing all the wee splashes from all the bait fish jumping. It just makes me think they're getting chased, so. But I've casted around them a bunch and still not really seen anything happening. It's just tough day. Well, I have had some tough days turn out to be unbelievably good days. So I'm hoping there's going to be one just like that. And with the rain on, how fantastic. I think today's going to end up being a bit of a write-off, but I suppose every video can't be catching absolute beasts and monsters and fish that I've never caught before. However, if you want to see any of that stuff, you can check out any of the other videos on my channel where I have been doing that. So I suppose I'm due a day of fuck all really happening. It's a shame because I enjoy making these videos. And I enjoy posting videos when I get good fish. But not every day can be the best day. So I'm just going to try and appreciate actually being able to get out and fish, which I guess a lot of people can't do, even though I'm sure that we would all love to. Although I do assume there'll be a slowing down to the videos now. Maybe every bi-weekly rather than every weekly, which is a bit of a shame. But come March, we'll be switched straight back on. And when this place gets stocked, we'll be right in. Hopefully pulling out a ridiculous amount of fish, even though it will get stocked with slightly smaller fish. It might help the bigger fish switch on and want to eat some of the bigger guys. This has been pretty much what my day has consisted of, is standing still and slowly or fastly retrieving, or not at all. These days are rough, man, especially when it's cold. They make you want that next day of just catching tons of fish. However, that day for me is not today. I think I'm going to pack it up pretty soon. I know it's been an absolute shiter, so I can only apologise if you have watched this far. However, if you have, thank you very much for watching. Well, I won't say that just yet. What I'll say first is, if I do catch anything, you will see it. However, so far, if I don't catch anything, then this will be the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching and wasting your time, I'll be honest today. But the next video will be better. I'll make that an assurance. So if it takes a bit of time for that video to come out, then I'm sorry, but you can tell I've been having a rough winter fish. However, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.